Happy birthday, Braden.
Thank you, Brendan. Appreciate it.
You having a good birthday so far?
I'm loving it. 21 and feeling good.
That's just crazy. I remember when I was 21, like it was 4 years ago, but
Yeah,
anyway,
me too.
yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning into the Christian Music Bros podcast with Brendan and Braden. It's great to see you all again.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. It's always an honor for you guys to be here, jumping into so many guests and everything. Today we have a special guest on a special topic, a little different, but stay tuned. We got a good one today.
And our special guest is the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin McNeese, New Release Today founder. So we're gonna let Kevin introduce himself right now.
Yeah, hey guys, happy birthday. To
Thank you
you,
guys.
Braden. 21. I think we were doing a little math. I was telling you guys as soon as you got to start doing math with your age, you're way too old. But 1999 is when I was 21. So we were like 2 years away from launching NRT still. I hadn't even started really the full career in Christian music, but yeah, man, that was a while ago. But 21 is a big birthday. So congrats for making it to that one.
Thank you. Means a lot.
Thank you for joining us today, Kevin.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. This is episode what? You guys were in your 70s, you said?
This is number 70 as we speak right
I
now.
love it. I love that you guys are passionate about Christian music and just love talking about it and giving a platform for some newer artists and helping people discover music. That's really the heart of what we all do together at NRT and the We Love Awards. So thank you.
For
You're
sure.
welcome. And we were talking about the Weave Love Awards. So the Weave Love Awards was last night because this recording is now in the prep like today. So there's no proper way to put it. It was last night, but
This is recording now for the future, talking about something that happened in the past. Yes,
exactly.
we got
We'll just take our time
it.
machine and just go
That's
somewhere
right.
with our time machine.
Yes.
Anyway, can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Weave Love Awards, what the Weave Love Awards is for those who are listening?
Yeah, it's our little attempt. I've always called it our love letter to the industry, really. It's our attempt to help people discover all the great music that our staff is collectively listening to throughout the year. This was our 12th cycle. So our 12th year of doing this. It has looked pretty different every single year that we've done it. We had a couple years where consistently we kind of did the same thing, but even then it looked and felt different. And so this year was just that. I mean, we announced the winners later than in any other year. We had probably the shortest award ceremony, but still the process was the same. We nominated dozens of artists, probably the most independent artists than any other award ceremony in Christian music, and really that speaks to our heart to not only give a platform for A-level artists at the top of their game, but also for newer artists that might be making music in their basement, and to put them all together right next to each other, and then let you, the fan, decide who the winners are. So, yeah, this past week we celebrated those winners and announced those for the first time, and that was exciting to kind of wrap up season 12, kind of cycle 12, however you want to say it.
And we brought this up once. Brad and I met for the first time in person at the Weave Love Awards like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's what a fun fact about us. So
Yeah, we have done a live show. We've announced the awards on live at the Rock and Worship Roadshow before. We've done documentaries, and now we're kind of in this hybrid pre-recorded winners announcement special, which is still working really great. We got some exclusive content from artists, and some really great announcement, or really great acceptance speeches from winners and artists. And so I really like it. I think it's kind of just indicative of how we all like to absorb content, which is on our time, our schedule. Thank you very much. We'll do this when we want to, not when you tell us to. So it's working out pretty good.
definitely. I enjoyed watching. Brad, and do you have anything you want to add off of that?
Yeah, I love it. I love how also the We Love Words. It's changed so much throughout the years. I believe I first heard of it when the docu series came out, and about 2015, 2016 era, and
Mhm.
just seeing it go from there to going live on Juice for a throwback for all those who were there.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, live ceremony. And it's just awesome how the We Love Words continue to transpire. How do you come up with that creatively? Like, what's the process in that?
A lot of saying, "I'm not in control, and God, you are." So
Mhm.
that's really what it is. I mean, we've been really blessed with some amazing partnerships throughout the years. People who have taken this concept and the idea, which really that's all it is, and then they've gone, okay, we can blow this up, and or we can't. And so we really do with what's in front of us and the resources we have available to us. This is not a business. It's not like a for profit. We're not making bank, or there's not like this entity company behind it. It's really just passionate people putting together a passionate night for passionate Christian music fans. That's really all it is. And I think that's what's really cool and unique about it. I mean, you put it up with against like a Caleb Fan Awards or Dev Awards where there's just this massive corporate machine behind it, and you're talking like planning throughout the year and a whole committee and millions of dollars. And yeah, that's not us. we're okay with that. Um, but I think really the genesis of what we do is way different. I mean, that's Caleb Fan Awards exists to kind of support the K-Love system, right? And so you're only going to get contemporary artists into that, and it's radio hits. It's the stuff that they play. Um, the Dove Awards are really kind of the industry Grammys, and so it's very political. It's very, it's very corporate. It's very structured. All those things, not bad. That's fine. And then you have a lot of smaller awards that are really based on what people like, and it's just here's here's the best of. We really wanted to give the Christian music fan, the ability to pick from this handful of artists that we have. And when I say we, like the NRT team, have determined this is the best of the best. And it doesn't matter if you're signed, it doesn't matter if you're unsigned, it doesn't matter if you have 200 monthly Spotify followers or 200 million. Like, if it's a great song, we want to highlight it. And so I think that has made us different. And then in that space, what is it going to look like? I don't know. It doesn't need to look like anything really. We just want to give the fan an opportunity to vote, and then we want to share the winners, and that can look differently based on the creative energy in the room.
For
And it's
sure. I love that because, like you said, it's a love letter. And I can speak on behalf of Brenda and I, working behind the scenes from this for a few years now. What goes into this? It's really just love for Christian music. It's love of the impact of it, what artists are doing. And you can see that through all the songs and artists. It's very diverse. It's like you said, some of them are artists you've heard on radio, some of them are artists you've never heard before, but it's definitely that love letter going out just to the whole Christian music community and audiences, to what they know, what they have yet to discover that's going to impact them and share with them that hope. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
and the best part is I think the fan vote makes it too, because you're getting fans from all different genres like voting too. So that's a really cool part of it too.
It makes it fun. It's also our biggest critique. I mean,
Yeah.
people love to critique anything nowadays, and we're no different. And I think that's probably the biggest critique, is that the bands with the biggest fan base is always going to win. Of course, we have the Skillets and the For King of Countries, and they're always going to win something. And Lauren Daigle, is going to win
Mhm.
because she's huge and massive, and that's fine. It's really why we do introduce categories like the next big thing and the new artist, to give space for those artists to actually breathe. We do actually try to include an independent artist in every single category. That is intentional. And we know at the end of the day that a small artist is not going to win against the panheads, with the Skillet fans. They're just gonna plow over and take no names, and that's fine. But what I hope is that fans are seeing this music alongside Skillet and discovering. In fact, last night our host was Peabody. I say last night again. The awards that just happened. Peabody was our host, and we saw a lot in the comments of like, "Hey, I've never heard this guy. I don't know who this is." For us, it's like it's Peabody. He's amazing,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and people are still discovering him, which I love. That's what keeps me going at this.
And which is a good place to transition to our next topic. I was about to bring up Peabody. It was really cool. We had Peabody host
Yeah.
kind of redundant what you said, but that was my next point. So it's a good segue into it.
Yeah.
And like you said, a lot of people were commenting like, I'm gonna add people to my playlist. I'm gonna listen to them first thing in the morning. Like I was just keeping track of all of the comments on YouTube and everything, and everyone's just like, "Oh, Peabody, I haven't heard of him." And then like I feel like he gained like 40 new followers just from that special. So
And more to come as people discover the special for sure.
yes, so definitely. And then to start things off last night, we had Colin Dixon perform. So we always have a different amount of performers. We've had independent artists, we had mainstream artists. So this year we had Colton Dixon as a big one.
Yeah, Colton was a big one, and I always kind of look for that anchor artist to build a show around. It's interesting how the show comes together because we do rely on artists providing content and participating, and it's hard. Like I get it, artists are out on tour, especially we do this in the early spring, and just the artists are busy. And so anytime an artist can submit content, even record content just for us, I mean, I just feel absolutely honored, and it really drives the desire to produce a really entertaining and well done product. You know, if Colton is going to give us a 4 camera full band live shot that could literally be his next music video as an exclusive, you better believe we got to come we got to come with receipts on top of that, right? An interesting kind of behind the scenes thing is I used to put those kind of performances at the end and I'd tease it, and I'd think of it like the milk in the grocery store. Like everybody's coming for Colton Dixon, just keep them hanging on until the very end. And then I heard, no, you really want to wow people up front and give them the best of what you have to offer in those first couple minutes. And so that's why Colton is first. And you'll watch our show. Literally, the opening seconds of the show is Colton performing Canvas, and it was an exclusive for us, which is kind of cool.
Brad and I were actually kind of discussing that before. I was like, why was Colton first? Or like, it's probably just to gain the traffic in. Remember, Brandon?
Yeah, it definitely makes a good first impression to hook people into it and just capture them for the artists they know. So definitely understood about how that works.
Yeah.
And while we're on a page on performance, we'll just bring up the next couple of performers we had, just so we're all on the same topic. We have Laverne, who's an independent artist. I think Laverne had a really good acoustic set there. We also had Peabody do a performance too, and it's like I don't know if you want to call it a studio office. He had a lot of Funko Pops. That's what I got out of it. Sorry, like every shot there was like a Funko Pop. If you didn't realize, just sort of fun. And then we had Natalie Lane and then Jonathan McReynolds. So a lot of good performances this year.
Yeah, Peabody was a fun one, and that one wasn't exclusive to us. That was already out there. But what's fun about that video is he's a huge fan of the NPR Tiny Desk series, which I don't know if anybody watching has seen any of those. Some Christian artists have actually done those, more in the gospel categories, so like Kurt Franklin, and I think like Kiara Shard did one. Not really, surprisingly, not a lot of CCM Christian artists have done that yet. So that was actually his submission video that he uploaded a month ago, but only had a couple thousand views. And I'm like, dude, more people need to see this. This is incredible. Can we please include it? And he was like, yeah, sure. That was great. So it was good for him. He didn't have to record anything extra. It was good for us because I feel like a lot of people are going to discover that for the first time. And Peabody is I mean, he's rap and urban and pop, but you don't really get to see him stripped down kind of at that acoustic level much. So that was fun. Jonathan McReynolds, another exclusive for us. And again, it's just it's content that their team was kind of sitting on, and they let us use as an exclusive. And first shot, he did that on top of a skyrise, and it's beautifully done. And I gotta admit, I haven't listened to a lot of Jonathan McReynolds, but his voice is just incredible. And so I've watched that multiple times. It's so good. Natalie Lane, I'll just keep talking because I like to talk. Shut me up anytime. Natalie Lane actually recorded that one for us, and it was recorded on her piano in her living room, the same piano and living room that she wrote that song Greater for in. And so it's kind of cool, just kind of seeing where the magic happens, kind of, so to speak. And I think I hit Laverdier. Am I saying his name right?
Laverne.
Laverne.
It's Laverne.
Yes.
I think so. Yes. He
So
told
I
me that
said it
recently.
wrong in the intro. Oh,
Yeah, just a
and nobody
slight
correct.
correction, but all good.
I swear, when he introduced himself, like in his acceptance speech, he said Laverdier.
We're gonna have to replay this
That-
later
that's
to
not
find
what
out.
he- that's not what he's told me in concerts and everything during acoustic sets, but maybe it's changed since then.
So it's a Laverne.
I believe so. That's how it was pronounced.
See, okay, I coach artists. I know he's probably going to watch this. Adam, like, we need to talk about your name. All these artists dropping the vowels. We can't do it. We can't figure it out. If I pronounced it wrong, I'm so sorry. It's LVRDR. I know that
Yes.
Yep.
because I did have to type it about 400 times before I got it right. But LVRDR. So got it. All right. Whatever. He's amazing.
Oh yeah. His performance blew my mind. I was so glad seeing him there.
And
Yeah,
just
it was great too. It was like I was expecting just a little cell phone video, but I mean he provided a quality, again, music video quality. It's fun. It's fun that we got that this year.
Especially for a song like that he recorded, because that song's not even out yet. I've heard it, I think, at one acoustic set he's done before. So it was so cool seeing it done, like you said, music video quality. It was amazing seeing.
So wait, I didn't know that. It's not even out yet?
It's not out yet. That
See?
was the deep
This is
performance of
why
it.
I love hanging out with you guys. I learn things all the time as well. So
and all those artists are incredible. Make sure to watch the performances. I think every video is uploaded individually. Do we have do everything individually?
not
this year, or is
yet.
it
That's
one big
coming.
segment?
Not that's coming though.
That's coming. Or you
Yep.
can just watch the whole special. And just you can
Yep.
watch the whole thing. You can watch
We've
it.
got
800 pounds
chapters.
at a time.
You can skip through it on YouTube. We've got quick chapters. So
And if you recognize us saying Natalie Lane's name, she was here last week with us, so it was really cool to see Natalie perform with that.
cool. Yeah.
So we're going to transition into the award part of the show. So we have multiple categories each year, or we should say the We Love Awards have multiple categories each year. We have the Mainstream Impact Award. Can we talk a little bit about what the Mainstream Impact Award is?
Yeah, I mean, we really have been doing this since year one, and the idea is to celebrate artists who have faith that are making music in the mainstream. And so that can look really one or two ways. Artists that we know. This year it was
NF
see,
won it.
and thank you. I know NF won it, but so we have the
Forrest
nominees.
Frank. We had Forrest Frank, NF. Give me a second. I had it up right here. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, I
Sarah
brought
Reeves,
no notes.
Sarah Reeves, Tyler
Yep.
Hubbard, and David Kushner.
Okay, yeah. So Sarah Reeves and NF are great artists that are on that line. They are Christian artists making music for the mainstream. Some of them know them for that. Some of them do not. David Kushner is a new artist who's been very vocal about his faith, but he's not making Christian music at all. Forrest Frank, just blowing up on the scene, very outspoken. I believe he would be, if he came in Christian music 10 years ago, he would have been signed to Reach Records, that type of artist. Now he's just fully independent and has really no structure around him, and he's killing it.
Yeah, he was in the band Surfaces too. So
there you go. Okay, yeah. See, another thing I learned. I'll just hang out with you guys all day long. Just like, it's awesome. Yeah. So it's kind of that hybrid category. Really, at the end of the day, we're just wanting to celebrate artists who are talking about their faith outside of the normal Christian music circles. And so that's the impact of that.
And just so everyone was wondering, NF won that award this year. So congrats to NF for winning that award.
Yes. Didn't submit an acceptance video. I never get an acceptance video for this category. I don't think one winner on Mainstream Impact has ever accepted it. Fine. We're still going to award it to you.
Yeah, because I was going to say Alveda King, but she just had a special award at 2021.
Yes.
2022. My bad.
Yes.
I was not going to say the substance video. I was like, you could say it, not me. So from there, we had the next big thing. There was 5 artists for this category. We talked about one of them, Laverne. Then we had Josiah Queen, Sofika. Sorry, I'm pronouncing that wrong. And then
Sofika. I know that one. Sofika.
And then J-Step is Shara Adele. So then next big thing is kind of like an independent, like someone that you might not recognize, and kind of like an independent award, in my opinion.
Yeah, sorry, I lost you for a minute. Next big thing is an indie exclusive. And so if you are assigned, we typically don't put you into that category. We're really looking for what artists are going to make that impact next. We actually look for artists that don't have a huge following yet, and are really kind of underground. The subtitle of that category is underground or underground undiscovered artists.
Mhm.
And so that's really who we're looking for with that one.
And I think Brandon knows a couple of them personally.
Yes, I love this category especially, and I was on just to give people a little bit of look. We always go through so many artists, like literally hundreds on hundreds, nominating, narrowing it down, and I was extremely excited that all the ones I put in there were the ones that were finalized, selected for that. So that was an honor to me seeing artists that I was passionate about. That Kevin, of course, you know them, Brendan, we know them, so many artists that we've listened to all this time getting in there and just getting revealed to so many other people. It was amazing seeing.
That's why you're here, man. You listen to a lot of music and you know what's good. That's really what it's about. You're showing,
And then
look, and we listen to a ton of music as a team collectively.
Exactly.
And then so as we progress, if I've been doing this for 25 years, I hear a song, I'm just like, that's a great song. I know that pretty quickly. And I want others to know that as well. So it's cool to have more people that can do that.
Yeah, and I love that it's a team of like 15 above us at NRT who just really go in that with so many different styles, preferences, and we just all narrow that down so well. It's always awesome doing and just seeing everyone's favorite stuff that really impacted them.
And there's been so many incredible artists who are making an impact nowadays that won that award in the past. We had Collington, now we have Grace Graber's another one. So that's just a big category as a whole.
It's fun. We should do like a next big thing special with all of our winners. That'd be really fun.
Or just do like a big independent showcase too.
Yeah, for sure.
And congrats to Laverne who won that category. The next one is one of my personal favorite categories. It's the new artist / group song of the year. This year we had Caleb and John, Hallelujah Feeling, Natalie Lane, Amen, Steven Stanley, who's a personal favorite of mine, The Edge, Ivy Luna, Just Jesus, and Mitch Wong featuring Lindy Kofer, Bloom. So that's always a fun category just to discover a new upcoming face in Christian music that you might hear on the radio or you might just hear like playing wherever. Like I know like some of those artists have a big TikTok presence with their songs.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite categories too. I like new. I like discovering music. I think this is one that people can really discover some new artists as well.
Yeah, definitely. And congrats. We're just gonna make this category next thing. Congrats to Kevin and John who won that category. I think that was one of the tougher categories for me to vote in personally this year. Brad, I don't know about you, but I think that was a tough category.
Oh yeah, there's so many amazing names on there, which I love seeing that. Also, before we go much further, some people may be a little bit confused because we're talking about new artist of the year, but we're mentioning the songs with it, which is a new thing we did this year for the We Love Awards. Kevin, if you could talk a little bit about why we decided to do that shift and what, that kind of resembles how we're seeing Christian music head towards.
Yeah, we actually shifted that last year. So this is the second year that we've done song only focus. And so we did narrow it down from 24 categories. We used to have artist categories, album and EP categories, and song categories. And it was just it grew into this behemoth thing. And we had to really decide, look, if this is going to continue, it can't be that. We had to pull back and do it right. Just good lesson. You don't have to, it doesn't need to be last year. You don't always have to up yourself. Just do it right. So we did have to make a decision. And I thought, we live in a single world right now with the release schedule. And it's just what artists are all doing. There's still albums, there's still careers, there's still like the full breadth of an artist's catalog to take into picture. But for what we're doing, we really focused in on a song. And so it is not new artist of the year. It's new artist song of the year. It's songs of the year from new artists. So it is a little bit different.
Yeah. I think we lost Kevin.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, you're back.
I'm jumping in and out. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. You're good. It happens. Technology, it works wonders when it works. And we just go with the flow.
Yep.
Anyway, we're not going to touch much on this category, but we had music video of the year as well. This year it was Skill Psycho in my head that won. It honestly blew my mind with some of the nominees. Like I thought For King and Country's music video was going to win that category, so that kind of surprised me there. So
Yeah, well, if you put, I think this is the first time we've actually ever pitted For King and Country and Skillet against each other.
Wow.
And so I was kind of curious about that because those two are just shoo-ins. They're going to
Exactly.
win something every single year. So Panheads, they beat out. It wasn't by much. I mean, we're talking like, I think it came down to dozens of votes. It was pretty close.
According to our data, we got 2.8K responses for Skillet and 1.7 for King and Country.
Okay, yeah, pretty close. I mean,
So,
all things considered.
definitely.
But it was great. I mean, to get John in there and to get his thoughts on everything. John's a good friend of ours, and it was fun to see them win. And that's a great video. I mean,
Definitely.
Skill has put out some really weirdo videos.
I think every artist has it.
But this one was just it was top notch. One of their best videos they've ever done, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Agreed.
And then from there we have collaboration of the year. So this year we had Natalie Grant featuring Corey Asbury, "You Will Be Found," which is actually a cover from the song from the Dear Evan Hansen musical. Then Colton Dixon featuring Gabby Barrett, "Build a Boat." Phil Wickham featuring Brandon Lake, "People of Heaven." Blanca and featuring Tyron Wells with "Something Better," and Evan Kraft featuring Kieran. I want to pronounce that wrong. I apologize. Chances. So
yeah, I really wanted Evan to win this one. My big disappointments were Evan not winning this category and Anthem Lights not winning Pop Song of the Year. But smaller artists is not going to happen. So yeah, Natalie won with Corey. Yeah, and just beautiful. I mean, that's one of her biggest songs she's ever released, and she's always just so kind in her time and kind in her words. And she had a great acceptance speech. She's a very humble artist.
This category was one of the harder ones I voted for, and I honestly thought just because how big of Brandon Lake and Phil Wickham, I thought everyone's going to flood into there for that one. So
yeah,
that
they
was
were close,
which was really cool.
Yeah.
Brad, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I love that we have that section of our award show where we talk about, collaborations. It's so cool to see artists collaborating like that. And like this year, top notch. Like I love so many of them, including like Blanca and Torrin Wells' Something Better. I love that one.
Yep.
There's so many amazing ones that were on there. And like Natalie Grant and Corey Asbury, literally beautiful song. It's stunning. And I was surprised how well it did on radio, how many people it impacted. So cool seeing that one win well deservedly.
The video is really good too, and that's what I like seeing. Is that that is something that we highly consider when choosing nominees. I mean, if you're watching and you want to get on a We Love Awards in the future, you got to have a music video. It's just got to happen. So visually, you have to have something to tie with the song. But yeah, the video for and that's why I love this category is you not only have a major artist, you have all these major artists pairing together and then doing videos together too, which is just a ton of fun.
And I feel like collabs are like one in the more mainstream, and they're not really mainstream, but they're like paving the way for more. Because I feel like there's more collabs lately than there has been in the past few years.
Yeah, it's not a category that we've done every single year, just because the release schedule hasn't supported it. So when artists stop doing it, I think that's another fun thing of We Love Awards. Like we'll switch up our categories. We're not locked into anything. We'll just do whatever. So yeah, collaboration of the year has only been done maybe half of the 12 years maybe that we've been doing this.
Exactly.
Wow.
We're going into the
I remember one year we had best Lecrae collaboration of the year. He was everywhere. So we just like pick the best Lecrae collab that we've had this year.
That's really unique and fun. I didn't know that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But next category, this is the category I struggled with because this is not my cup of tea, but it's the gospel song of the year. We already discussed one of these artists who won it, Jonathan McReynolds, with his song "Year Old," and we also had Erica Campbell, "Feel All Right," Kira Shepard with featuring Pastor Mike Jr. with "Miracles," Ty Tribbett with "Only One Night" though, and Melvin Crispell III singing "All Right." To be honest with you, I don't know any single one of these songs, so I do apologize.
It's okay. No worries. That's why we have people on our team that know it. So shout out to Dwayne Lacey, our gospel contributor. He lives, breathes, eats gospel music, and he helped a lot with this category. And yeah, Jonathan winning and then performing, I can see why. Just an amazing artist.
Definitely. Brandon, you have anything you want to add about Gospel Song of the Year?
Yeah, I am not the biggest gospel music fan. However, I didn't recognize the names because I listened to a little bit with it, working with release schedules. So
Mhm.
it's so cool seeing some of these songs on here. Some I knew and loved. Some of them I've never heard of before. So I love that we have that for people to discover so much more new music from it. It's a really cool category.
Definitely. And then for our next category, it's the rap/hip-hop song of the year. Thanks to Josh Gall from NRT, who's a hip hop head who helps find a lot of these artists because I'm not too familiar with this realm other
I like
than
how you said hip hop head.
yeah,
Hip hop head.
HHH. That's his nickname. Triple H.
That's right. Yes.
It's just
he
all
helped.
something I thought of this on the spot. And then with this year we had KB featuring Brandon Lake with Graves, The Crave featuring Hobie with Walk, Triply featuring Madison Ryan Ward at the Cross, Zonti, Hard Work God First, and Indie Trap Sliding. I'm honestly personally looking at this list, I'm surprised, KB. I'm a big Zonti fan and Hobie fan, so I just feel like their latest two albums have been like top notch
Yeah.
versus KB's later stuff, personally.
Yeah, I think KB won because Brandon Lake. Honestly, I think Brandon's got just a ton of momentum behind him, and so just that name recognition probably helped KB a lot. I mean, KB's an amazing artist as well, but the two of them combined probably pulled that one over the top for them. And I'm okay with it. That's an amazing song, amazing music video. I think out of that list, I'm a huge Indie Tribe fan as well. I do like them, and I think they're doing some really unique stuff. But we struggled with this one as far as like Reach Records just dominates CHH. I mean, you basically have Reach Records, and then you have Amplify, RMG, and then you have just a bunch of independent. And so it's really hard to not pack this with Reach artists because they're the only ones doing it at the top of the game in that. Everybody else is just kind of, independent. And we do want to acknowledge that, but when you have one category focused on rap and 5 nominees, we had to really balance that. And a couple of the Reach Records artists did not make this list intentionally because like we had to make room for other people.
I think Brandon can agree with me. And like 3 to 5 artists are usually the ones you see on Winter Jam too. So that's the only reason why I know much about Christian rap and hip hop is all because of Winter Jam. I don't really listen to Christian rap, so I ship out minus a few artists.
You need to. It's really great. It's a really great genre.
I'm starting to dive into it a little more. So
so fun. That's a fun genre.
Oh yeah, I love all the songs on the list. There's so many awesome ones, and like you said, it's hip hop. I never knew it was that big in Christian until Joshua Gala reading some of the articles he's put up on NRT about every time weekly releases, and it's more than the contemporary releases often. Like there's so many names out there, and I've tried to jump into that more and more, and it's incredible the artists out there putting stuff out. And I love all the ones on this list, and there's so many others we couldn't fit all on here. But it's incredible what's going on in Christian hip hop, even under what you see in just the Winter Jam and Reach Record world. There's so much going on under there. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I can't pronounce any of their names either. So it's like a bunch of artists that I can't pronounce in the CHH space as well.
True.
Maybe Laverne should go to the Christian hip hop. He would fit well in there.
He would fit very well.
Next is my personal favorite category because I'm a big rock fan. So this is rock and alternative song of the year. This year we had Lacey Strum, Reconcile, Need to Brave the Cave, Disciple, The Executioner, Red Surrogates, and then Roll to Call and Cold, Opposites Track. Really good category. We had we had the acceptance video from Lacey too. We had a message from Mike Barnes from Red. So that was really cool to see the rock community represent.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't share this like far and wide, but here I'll share the story. And I did apologize to the Red team, but I sent them a whole request for an acceptance video because they won the category and they didn't win. So I didn't realize that until after I got a video back from them. And I was like going, why did I get this? Oh, shoot. It's like, well, now what? And I've never done that before. And so I thought it was kind that they thanked NRT
Mhm.
for our constant news coverage, and there's a story behind that as well. Because about I think it was 5 years ago when they were with Provident, they were releasing an album, and we caught wind of it, and we newsed it, and then like within an hour it went viral. I mean, like
Mhm.
everywhere. And then within 2 hours their publicist was on the phone with me going, take that down, we haven't announced this yet, what are you doing? And I'm like, I thought it was legit. Like, we have a source, it's out there. And I'm sharing the source, and they're like, we didn't approve that. I'm like, well, yell at them. Like, and so for me it was a good confirmation. NRT can make a lot of noise very quickly. Um, and getting that video was like, okay, we get it. There was some riff with the band that we ruined all their plans and all the stuff. And I'm like, sorry, it's the internet. Um, but it was so, just probably the behind the scenes laughs continue as we award them and then take away their dreams. But that's what that was. Still got them to contribute.
It was really cool to see Lacey's acceptance video too. I think her acceptance video was one of the better ones. Personally, I'm a big Lacey fan though. She just has a great heart. She's making a big comeback now, like in the last couple of months here.
Yeah.
And making a big comeback as well.
Lacey, from what I heard, worked on that for probably 2 weeks and just like seriously prayed over it. And that was probably the most intentional acceptance video we have ever gotten in the history of We Love Awards. The amount of work and prayer that she put into that was pretty awesome, and just shows her level of artistry and how she approaches everything she does, just with extreme intention. And the message was like it blew me away. It was relevant, not only to the genre but also to kind of society of where we're at, of just a challenge to Christians to be authentic and like take off the masks and just be real. And this is what rock is all about. And it was like, yes, it was awesome.
And I think Brandon can agree with me. We have a lot when we do this podcast. We have a lot of rock artists join us. I think that's like our most popular thing. But I think the rock industry has grown in the last 5-10 years in Christian music.
Sure,
Yeah.
it goes through cycles, right? We're on a lower cycle, but it'll come back.
Definitely. Brandon, you have anything else you want to add off of that?
Yeah, it's an amazing space in Christian music. Like I know for a few years the Grizzly Awards were going on, and it was amazing seeing the community get together from that. Unfortunately, the Grizzly Awards are currently on hiatus until something breaks it back into the industry. But the Christian rock industry is still a beautiful thing. There's so many amazing people that we've interviewed on the podcast that we've talked with involved in NRT and so many others. It's just a beautiful thing. So I love that we have this award every time, especially compared to like K-Love and Dove Awards, which don't nominate a lot of the artists that we do in the rock category. So I always love seeing it every year.
And then shout out to like our friends in the rock industry, Trevor Tyson and all them. So
Oh yeah.
Huge supporters. Yep, huge supporters, and love what they do. And Grizzly Awards, started by Mary Nickel, was one of the co-founders, big part of our NRT family. And she's not with us anymore, but has gone on to just represent that category and that genre of music so well. And it's a bummer that they didn't continue. Hopefully they'll be back, but it is a testament to just how much work this is. You can't just be passionate about it. It takes a ton of work, a lot of resources. We're blessed with a lot of really good friends that help us do this at this level. So yeah.
definitely. And then for the next category, Kevin, you said you were disappointed about this winner in this category because you thought Anthem Lights were going to win. This is
Right. It's just a great song. It's a
I
good
haven't listened,
song.
believe
And
it or
Evan
not,
Kraft has a good song in this category too.
I haven't listened to that song to be honest with you.
Oh, so
We're
good.
gonna, and Evan Kraft, Brandon and I met Evan Kraft at a coffee shop in Nashville, like the middle of nowhere. So
Well, I mean, it was in Nashville, right?
yeah, it was Nashville though. So it's not really middle of nowhere, but it was just like unexpected.
Yes.
But for the pop song of the year, we had For King and Country, What Are We Waiting For? Need to Breathe, Ever Known, Peabody, Better Than Nostalgia, Anthem Lights, God Gave Me Freedom, and Evan Kraft, Faith Don't Fail Me Now. So that was a good category too, on my opinion. There's a lot of good artists, but I like P-Hod hosting. It was really cool to see him in that category. And a lot of the people in the YouTube chat, when I was keeping track for the YouTube chat, said they're going to check out like a lot of those other artists. So like P-Bod, Evan Kraft, and all that.
Yeah. This was probably one of the two categories that we had the most nominees that we had to kind of dwindle it down from. I mean, probably 25, 30 in this category, as well as just as many in the adult contemporary, like the contemporary song of the year as well. So you're taking 30 songs that deserve to be the best, and then you're choosing 5 and then asking people to choose one. It's hard. I mean, for King and Country, you just kind of wish they would just write crap once in a while. It would make our job a lot easier. Like, stop writing great music.
Yeah, like I've followed them since they came out on Winter Jam as pre-jam. Like I met them when they were on pre-jam this year. It's like this band's gonna be the next big thing, and they're gonna explode. I mean, like
There
they're
you
gonna
go.
like be over our heads. And now look at.
Yeah.
But speaking of freaking Country, they had a cool acceptance video. I appreciated their acceptance video and everything too.
Yeah, that was last minute. That came in like the day of I was putting it together, and I was like, guys, if you don't get this in, it's not happening. And I got it through a text message. Score. So it was awesome. They're another band that just does everything with intention. So they're not going to whip out their cell phone and thank us from the road. They're gonna make it look good and sound good and put some thought into it.
And Unsung Hero comes out to theaters this week. So if you're looking for a movie to watch, come see Unsung Hero. I think Brad
or a year ago, depending on when you're watching this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
True.
But it comes out as the time of this recording this week. Brad, have you seen the movie? How did you feel about the movie? Very quick, just a quick break.
I won't reveal too much. Stay tuned to New Release Today to see an official review coming out that I wrote within our team. It was an amazing movie that greatly impacted me. I'm so excited to see this go out, and I would definitely encourage everyone to watch that movie. It is amazing.
I've got a funny story about the movie real quick. So we did get to see it in December, and so I've got a 15-year-old. He's 15 years of life experience, not a ton, but he's, I'm like, okay, so what's this movie about, Dad? And I go, well, it's about For King and Country, and they were in Australia, and then they moved to the States. And so this movie shares about, the road to stardom, so to speak. And he looked at me 100% serious. And he's like, so it's about a family that lived in Australia and hopped on a plane and moved to the United States. Like, well, yeah, but
there's more to it.
No life experience at all. Like there's more to it. Yeah, he's bored out of his mind with that movie. But I thought, as a Christian music fan, I thought it was awesome. So
yes,
look forward to your
they
review.
do music is amazing too.
Definitely, and I'm excited to see it when I get the chance to see it too. So, the next category is going to be Worship Song of the Year. This is a big, tough category. There was 3 artists I really wanted to vote for, so I voted like 3 times for each artist and everything. In this category,
you realize that just cancels everything out, right?
Yeah, I know, but I had to do it. I couldn't pick one,
That's
I
right.
Pick one. But in this category, we had Phil Wickham, This Is Our God, Brandon Lake, Praise You Anywhere, Cody Carnes, Firm Foundation, He Won't, Jesus Culture, Everything That Has Breath, Praise, and then Jay Walker's Worship, Silence. This is really, I think, one of the tougher categories to vote with, because Brandon Lake, Phil Wickham, Cody Carnes are all big, relevant names and all making a big impact in the worship music industry today.
Yeah, I think Jay Willikers, never heard from them. I didn't hear. I mean, I don't want to throw artists under the bus. I'm sure my emails are in their spam somewhere, but I think that song is just so good.
Yes.
But they came in 5th. So okay. I think I wasn't surprised at Phil Wickham, but I think Phil Wickham and Brandon were like neck and neck. You have the results in front of you, Brendan, but they were pretty close. I think this was a close category all around towards the end.
Within 400 votes of each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's close. 15,000 votes. And actually this category, I don't know how many total it got, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty close. So
14,500 votes. So you're pretty accurate.
Yep.
Brandon, anything you want to say about this category?
It's a tough one. Like, it was hard for me to pick 2 because there's so many strong worship songs out there. I love Jay Walker's worship song in there too, because in the middle of all the big names, then you have this one many people have never heard it before, but it's an amazing song. I
Mm.
love its impact. I love that Jay Walker's they're finally now releasing more music, so it's
Mhm.
cool hearing more from them and seeing all these other artists releasing worship music. I love it.
Yeah, when they blow up, we'll go, we were here first. We knew them
Exactly.
before you did.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
From here, we have contemporary song of the year. We have Lauren Daigle, "Thank God I Do," Katie Nicole, "Hold On," "Consumed by Fire," "First Things First," Corey Asbury, "Kind," and John Reddick, "I Believe It," and "Life of Jesus." Sorry, I was gonna say "I Believe In," so that was my bad. But that's also a big category. A lot that was really cool just to see like a couple smaller ones like John Reddick and "Consumed by Fire" go against like a monster of an artist like Lauren Daigle.
Yeah, this was Lauren's to win, and I mean, no,
Yeah,
she's not going to lose this category. But that was just a monster song. I mean,
definitely.
just hundreds of millions of streams on that song. I'm curious. I think it's either her second or third biggest hit ever. I mean, yeah, it's streaming at 32 million streams, and it just came out last year. So I think that was a song to beat, and no one did it. I would have, if I'm picking, um, I would have loved to, and I just lost it. See, I'm not 21 anymore. What's the list? What was the last one?
The last one was John Reddick, "I Believe It."
Nope, the one before that was Corey Asbury, Kind. That's
Correct.
what it was. Look, when I heard that song, I wept
Mhm.
for like 20 minutes. I mean, it was just one of those songs that I knew was special from the first couple lines of the verse one. We don't get music that honest in Christian music. We just don't.
Mhm.
And it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. That whole album is great. And it did not get the look, it got nominated because it deserves to be there, but people don't know it yet. And it's gonna be a big song for Corey.
Definitely. And like this transitioning record labels, I think Corey transitioned record labels in the last few years too. So I think that was his first new album off Capitol
Sure.
Records. I think he's on Capitol Records now.
Easy.
So
He's on BEC now.
BDC, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the number one song on his record right now, Pioneer, which is just it's just a beautifully quiet, humble record. And I think with Corey's going through, kind of that identity crisis as an artist who he had the Reckless Love, which
Mhm.
was just, I mean, he will
Incredible.
never find another song like Reckless Love ever. Um, and it's just a career artistry defining song, but he's not a worship artist. He's not. Um,
I think he's more of a pop artist, in my opinion.
yeah, but with this album, he's doing country.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so he's really exploring a lot of sounds. And I think what he wants to be is just that authentic songwriter. And so people are still kind of figuring him out. Like, what am I going to get when I pop on Corey? I don't know. And so, but that song, just beautiful.
Mhm. For
Brandon, you have
sure.
any?
All the artists in this category, I've seen them all live just recently too, and they're amazing. I think this is the main category. I changed my vote multiple times where I was voting for one artist. I was like, I'm gonna vote for this one, and then just kept going around. They're just so many incredible songs, and these right here are beautiful, especially like you mentioned, Corey Asbury. I love that album. It's a huge step from Reckless Love. It's a different direction, but it's done so authentically, beautifully. In Christian music, we're seeing a lot more of that authenticity coming through. Like Consumed
Mhm.
by Fire, First Things First. That one, I cried when I first heard that song. It impacted me from such a small band. This song that just impacted so many listeners. This category's got some really solid stuff to check out.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Speaking of solid stuff, the big dude with a big category of the year, song of the year. There were so many good songs. This is probably the closest category we had. And we had Brandon Lake, "Praise You Anywhere," Phil Wickham, "This Is Our God," Lauren Daigle, "Thank God I Do," Katie Nicole, "Hold On," and Corey Asbury, "Kind." So we just talked about Corey Asbury. Two of the other songs were in there. That last contemporary album or contemporary song of the year, my bad, not album, with Katie Nicole's song and Lauren Daigle. And then you go against Brandon Lake and Phil Wickham, which is a surprise that this Phil Wickham song, he won Worship Song of the Year for this song, but then he came in second for Song of the Year for this category.
He did win this category.
Brandon Lake won this category.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I like Phil didn't win two. Did I make another mistake? Entirely possible. Yeah, Brandon Lake won this, and great. I'm glad he won at least one category because again, I just saw Brandon a month ago. It was hands down the best concert experience I have had in the past decade in Christian music. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, he held it. It was incredible.
Are we talking about the Tear Off the Roof tour?
Yes.
I'm seeing it next week. So.
Oh my goodness. Get ready. Grab 2 bracelets instead of one at the door. No one's gonna know. You'll have a better time. You'll know what I mean once you enter the venue.
Yeah, I was like, I'm confused about. I'll see what you mean.
Yeah, you'll get it. Just an incredible artist, and he's really at the peak of his career right now, and it hasn't even started yet. So, well deserved. Is it Praise You Anywhere? That's the part that I struggled with. I mean,
yes, it's Praise You Anywhere.
Right, yeah, but that's the part that I struggled with because that is not his best song on that album. But
Definitely.
At the time of 2023, you know, this is January 2023 to December, we're taking into consideration, and that was certainly his single, and the only album song that was kind of popping off that new album, but not the best from the album by far. No,
definitely. Brandon, you have anything you want to say about this category?
All the songs are monsters of songs. They are incredible. I love them all. Like we're talking about Brandon Lake, his song, the entire album is one of the best albums I've heard for a while. I got to go see him on the same tour, and one of the best. Like Brandon Lake's, from Phil Wickham to Laura Daigle to all the artists on there, all incredible songs. Like literally, that is the massive of all the Christian music of the year. You can see right there from what's really popped off.
Yeah, I've really debated about making Song of the Year following kind of the whole Grammy and the Oscar category and expanding the number of nominees to 7 to 10. But then I hate that. Well, I mean, what do you guys think?
There was some songs that I was surprised that didn't make it, but I like the 5. So.
Well, they didn't make it because there was only 5, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but I'm just saying, like that's what I meant. Like there was 5. Like there's a couple ones that I had higher, but completely understandable.
Sure. Yep. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think it'd be pretty cool to move it to 7, but if it was like more of a variety compared to other ones we've seen, because there's already so many categories that go over the songs. If we expand it to 7, it'd be cool to throw in some other songs that aren't featured already nominated.
Like, no offense, like maybe I don't think God I Do is a big song, but maybe it should be in one category or the other.
But well, see, and we debated about this a little bit. You can't call it Song of the Year and not call it the best genre. Like if it has to be like, otherwise I think you're just kind of, I don't know.
I don't know. It's just,
I mean, we can do whatever we want. We have
right. You have the power to make that change.
But yeah, it just doesn't make logical sense to go, this is the best song of the year, but it's not the best in the genre. I don't know. Maybe that does work. I don't know. I could be convinced.
It's just hard to say.
Look to what goes on behind the scenes for We Love Awards, everyone.
Anyway, that was it for this year's We Love Awards. Kevin, thank you again for your insight and sharing all about it.
Yes, thank you for just chatting. I could talk about Christian music all day long. So could you guys, but we got other things to do. So
exactly. And Brandon, it's always great to have you. Happy birthday again.
Thank you. Definitely loved it. Sorry. Christian music is going through my brain and everything. So, but yes, loved being able to sit down, talk to you guys about the amazing thing we do. We Love Awards, Christian music, especially on my birthday. So it was awesome.
And everyone, make sure to vote for the We Love Awards next year. It'll probably be open sometime around like December, January next year, in that range. So just stay up to date. We'll post a link to the special this year so you can check that out as well. And we'll see you next time. Thank you, everyone.